So this is how we get onto the Alberta Ed website and how we find the resources for PATs so that you can take a look at some of the ones that other kids have done in the past and exemplars and the marks that they received for it. So if we just type in Alberta Education, and we'll find this right here on the front. Hit Programs of Study. It'll be less time to get us to where we need to go. And we scroll down to the bottom here, English Language Arts, 7 to 9. And once we get here, Provincial Assessments is where we need to go. And the documents on the right-hand side. And then examples of the standards for student writing. And then as you scroll through here, you can see functional, so that would be your letters, as well as narratives and essays. So they will give you both, one narrative and one essay example. And all the years past are in here, so there's tons of different ones you can take a look at, ones you can use as reference points. Okay, the score guide is down at the bottom as well, just in case, but it's the same rubric that we've been using throughout the year, so you can always take a look at that if you need a refresher or you lost one of your old rubrics, you know how you will be assessed. And essentially, if we just pick, let's go with the 2015, click on that, and you'll see it load up as a PDF. So you can also download and save it, or print it off if you would like as well, so that you can have that hard copy to kind of work with. You do have to scroll quite a ways through the actual documents themselves before you get to the exemplars. This here is the rubric broken down into all 5 sections. Again, something you can definitely look through. And then this is what you'll see when you go in to take your PAT. Same kind of information, instructions. Okay, this is where your questions are. Always they'll be in this box. And then they give you the sources that follow, right? So these quotes we could definitely use as grabbers. We could use these quotes within our paragraphs. These cartoons we want to just use to generate ideas. We don't want to cite them or bring them into our essays in any way, but they can help us to generate quite a few ideas if we're stuck. So that's really what the picture is there for. But the quotes you could definitely use and integrate. They always add this nice little reminder at the bottom so that you can be sure to consider your audience and budget your time and etc., etc. Remember, for budget your time, you will be writing your letter the same time slot as you'll be writing your essay. So you do need to make sure that you're aware of the time that you have left, depending on which one you do first, of course. And if we keep scrolling, there we go. So this is how we know student exemplar, and this one's a satisfactory. So they'll show us satisfactory, they'll show us proficient, and they'll show us excellent. They won't show anything less than that. Sometimes they're written, and other times they are typed. This here is the breakdown of why they had the satisfactory. So in content, this is where they reached and they didn't get any higher. For organization, this is where they reached. Sentence structure, they were in this range. So you kind of just have satisfactory or nothing. There's no crossing over like our actual class ones. Here's an example of the narrative. Okay, so this is where a student actually wrote a story. And so you can see it's formatted quite differently, but still got the point across quite well to receive a satisfactory. Okay? So you can just scroll through these at any time that you would like. They're really nice and helpful as a review before you go into the actual PAT, especially since we kind of do things a little bit differently in class. So make sure that you do take advantage of this document and this website because it's at your peril, so you can use it whenever you really want to. Okay? So again, that's back here just at Alberta Education. And then we want to make sure we're in English Language Arts 7 and 9, and Provincial Assessments, the 3rd tab on the left, and then Documents. It'll be the big 25 folder one on the right-hand side, and then you get all of this information to play around with and make sure you know what you're doing. Okay, hope that helps.